Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm sharing with you guys today your lesson for Thursday. Right now it's Wednesday, but you're watching this on Thursday during class, and I wanted to walk you guys through what you need to do today. As I told you before, I am in Washington, D.C. today, and I'm accepting an award for your school. So I'm here, at least on my way here, with this guy for this organization accepting this award. So this is a really exciting day for our school, and I expect that while I'm gone, you guys are a great representation of what is best about our school for our sub, and that this award that I'm accepting actually means something because you guys are respectful, good and hardworking kids. So I expect that you guys maintain that throughout the days that I'm gone. Please make sure that you give your utmost attention, care, and respect to the sub in the room. I really appreciate all of your hard work in advance, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do over the next couple of days. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do today, guys, is work on vocab. I need you to work on vocab for about 15 minutes. Remember, yesterday we started this process. Every single one of your four squares, right, so your Marzano squares, should look as high quality as my example. You guys should have a good description, maybe a video. Under more ideas, you guys are sharing things, examples, right? So things like we talked about slavery being an example of dehumanization. Sorry, guys. Slavery being a problem, concentration camp being an example. Those of you guys who read Omelas, you guys know that from your story, there's an example of dehumanization in that story. So you guys are adding ideas, putting a definition in your own words, and making sure that there are some images that will help you remember the word. So go ahead and pause this video, and 15 minutes you have to work on vocab. All right, let's keep going. I want to catch you guys up on a few plot updates in Fahrenheit 451. So let's go ahead and open up our books. All right, so when you guys sign in, let's go ahead and get ourselves into Fahrenheit 451. And I want to point out a few important scenes that you may have missed or maybe didn't make a lot of sense to you when you guys were actually reading. So as I get loaded, you guys are also doing the same thing. Okay, getting into your Chromebooks. This is the first time I've opened it on here, apparently. All right. Cool. So if we take a look at Fahrenheit, I want to scroll us down past our conversation from yesterday. Okay, so we're going to scroll down to about let's see, right about here, guys. Okay. But now tonight he slowed to almost a stop. Let me give you guys a second to get to that spot. I have a note here. All right. When you guys are here, another way that you guys can get here quickly is you guys can just use this little search bar and then type in, but now, oops, sorry, but now tonight. And it will take you right to that spot. So once you guys are here, we're going to start here. But now tonight, he slowed to almost a stop. His inner mind, reaching out to turn the corner for him, had heard the faintest whisper. Breathing? Or was the atmosphere compressed merely by someone standing there very quietly, waiting? So you guys can see this is the moment right before he meets Clarice. And we talked yesterday a lot about how Montauk and Clarice are opposites and how Clarice has got this nature influence on a fiery person, a fiery Montauk. So their first meeting is really, really important in this story. And here's the moment we read yesterday, guys, about the autumn leaves and Clarice's description of who she is. The conversation that they have is really important, guys. We learned that her name is Clarice McClellan, and then they're neighbors. We continue to see the imagery of the warm, cool, blowing night. We've got the apricots, more of this nature, apricots and strawberries, and everything is kind of strange, so impossible this time in the year. Isn't it strange, guys, that he's noticing smells and air and nature all of a sudden at the same time that he's met Clarice? Isn't that strange? Okay. She's got an uncle she talks about, and she loves to walk and watch the sunrise. Clarisse loves everything there is to do with nature and beauty and the outdoors. Very much the opposite of Montague. Okay. We're going to keep going, scrolling down here, guys. I'm going to keep talking to you, right? Clarisse is just amazing in what she's able to notice. I want to show you guys this moment right here that's really, really powerful. If you guys want to search here for, have you ever watched the jet cars racing on the boulevards? Right here, guys. Clarisse is in this moment, guys. She's trying to show us what life is like for her compared to Montague. Clarisse likes to slow down. She notices things that Montague's never even given second thought to. So here, guys, she's talking about drivers and how drivers don't even know what grass is or flowers because they've never seen them slowly. If you if you showed a driver a green blur, he'd say, "Oh, that's grass." A blur, as you guys know, is like when something gets really faded or like smushed together. So drivers are going so fast that they see a smushed together green smudge and they think, oh, grass. When really no one has ever slowed down to actually notice a blade of grass. Clarisse continues, she says, oh, yes, he'd say that's grass. A pink blur? That's a rose garden. White blurs are houses. Brown blurs are cows. My uncle drove slowly once on a highway. He drove 40 miles an hour and they jailed him for 2 days. Isn't that funny and sad too? Guys, Clarisse here is really trying to open Montague's eyes to the reality of the world he lives in. Montague has been blinded by smoke and fire his whole life and obedient to the rules. And Clarisse, man, this girl has noticed a lot of things about the world that Montague's never even thought about. All right, so that's kind of the quick gist with Clarisse. We'll talk more about her when I return. One big question she does ask him, though, is if he's happy. That's a pretty important question. And of course, he's kind of stunned by that question and not sure what to say. The one other thing you guys are going to want to make sure that you understand is Mildred. So Clarisse is Montague's neighbor. Mildred is Montague's wife. And Mildred is described here in this scene. It was like coming into the cold marbled room of a mausoleum. Mildred and Montague's relationship is like a mausoleum after the moon has set. So nighttime, and a mausoleum, for those of you who don't know, a mausoleum is like a tomb, a giant concrete tomb that you would see in a graveyard. That's what their relationship is like. She's in bed with these little radio, like earbuds in her ears, and he realizes not too soon after this that she's overdosed on sleeping pills. So if you guys got that, really understood that when you were reading it, you're getting a sense of the three main characters so far and how they're different. I'm going to pause for now. You guys are continuing to read more and more and more. Please keep asking questions as you have them. But now you should have a really firm understanding of who Clarisse is, who Mildred is, and who Montague is. Continue to take lots of good notes about them. All right, let's go ahead, guys, and talk about today's project. We're going to zoom in today, guys, and talk about symbolism. So if you don't know what symbolism is, it's a technique used by authors, and it's when an author takes a physical object and uses it to represent something that's intangible, like an idea. So something that you can touch represents something that you can't touch. So for example, of course, you've got a skull that represents all these things to us: death, warning, danger, and fear. So today, you guys are going to create a Foursquare project, and you're each going to get a different symbol from our story. You guys can find out your symbol by looking at this chart. If your last name is A through C, you're going to do the salamander. D through G, fire, phoenix, rain, blood, mirrors, leaves, and the moon are all of the symbols we're going to look at today. You know yours based on your last name. Okay, I'll come back to this in just a second. Here's an example of what your Foursquare might look like. You're going to have an image in the top left corner, evidence from the text, the literal meaning, and the symbolic meaning. You guys should work on this for the remainder of the period, and this is going to be turned in on Friday to your sub for Friday. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit pause, rewind, and there will be more and more information for you guys the longer you watch, or if you replay, it'll help you guys even more know what to do. I wish you guys a wonderful day. Thank you in advance for behaving and being great kids, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye now.